Is Allah comparable to anything that He created?
What do you mean? In what sense?
So, if Allah creates anything, is it comparable to one of Allah's attributes?
Yeah, but what do you mean by comparable? That's what I'm
As
trying
in
to
that there is a like-for-like symmetry.
They're not identical, no.
Okay, right. So the speech of Allah that is in your mind is not identical to the speech of Allah.
It's a representation.
So it's a representation. So Allah has created something that it represents His speech.
Yeah.
Right. So what you have in your mind then cannot accurately be described as the word of Allah, but the creation of Allah.
No, it's created in the sense that it exists in my mind, and when I recite the Quran, etc., it's my action, so it's created.
I agree, but the action of the recitation is the word of Allah, is it not? The Quran is the word of Allah?
Yeah, but it's the same thing like...
So Allah has created something that is like His speech.
What do you mean?
Well, don't you Muslims say that Allah and all of His attributes are inimitable? That there is nothing in creation like Allah or of His attributes?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It depends what you mean by like.
According to Islamic theology, there is absolutely nothing like God in any way. Therefore, Islam rejects the doctrine of the incarnation and the notion of a personal God as anthropomorphic, because it is seen as demeaning to the transcendence of God. The Quran prescribes the fundamental transcendental criterion in the following verse.
He is the creator of the heavens and the earth. He has made for you pairs from among yourselves, and pairs among cattle. By this means does He multiply you. There is nothing whatever like unto Him, and He is the one that hears and sees all things.
Therefore, Islam strictly and categorically rejects all forms of anthropomorphism and anthropopathism of the concept of God. In Islam, God is never portrayed in any image. The Quran specifically forbade ascribing partners to share His singular sovereignty, as He is considered to be the absolute one without a second, indivisible, and incomparable, who is similar to nothing and nothing is comparable to Him. Thus God is absolutely transcendent, unique, and utterly other than anything in or of the world, as to be beyond all forms of human thought and expression.
Say, He is Allah, the one and only, Allah, the eternal absolute. He begets not, nor is He begotten, and there is none like unto Him.
The verses, Al-Ikhlas 112-4 and Al-Shura 42:11, underscore the fact that God is one and unique in every respect. For this reason, any attempt on our part to describe God through the use of similes or symbols may verge on blasphemy. God is far above the phenomenal world He has created, and consequently, He is beyond the scope of human perception familiar with the material world.
This kind of strict presentation of God being completely alienated from His creation is basic Islamic theology, although is unreasonable and contradicts other verses in the Quran and Hadith. Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, recognizes this contradiction and will deny basic Islamic theology to escape this error.
So there is I've already explained what I mean, the mirror representation.
So, but you're saying identical.
Well, when you recite the Quran, is that identical to the speech of Allah?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. The difference is my speech is created.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that when you speak the Arabic of the Quran, when you speak the Arabic of the recitation, which you have said is created, are you actually speaking Allah's words?
Yes.
Right. So Allah has created something like one of His attributes, has He not?
Yeah, but it's a created mode.
Great. No, I'm fine. I'm happy to accept that it's a created mode.
Yes.
But it demonstrates one of the reasons why I believe Islamic theology and Islamic discourse about God is full of irrational contradictions. Because
but that's what I want to get to.
Well, we're getting to it. Because on one hand, Muslims in this part have told me again and again and again, that Allah is not comparable to anything in His creation. But you have just said that when you speak the words of Allah, that which is created, your speech, is literally the word of Allah. So a created thing is like the uncreated. Now, do you not see the contradiction there?
No, because you're talking about other Muslims. You're dealing with me. I can't speak for them. I don't know what they told you.
So you tell me how you would reconcile that contradiction.
He was kicking it at me, not you.
So just so you know, I've just had a ball kicked at me and it's hit someone else. Yeah, just focus.
So, that's why I said it depends what you mean by comparable or a likening. Yeah, but let me explain why. Because if I say that God exists and I exist, there is a level of similarity between those two in order for it to have any meaning.
Oh, I agree. I agree, which is why when the companions of the Prophet say that when we describe Allah, that nothing we can think or imagine is like unto Allah, why we know that means that at the heart of Islamic theology there is total irrationality.
No, I don't think so.
Because you're contradicting the companions of the Prophet.
No, I'm not.
Well, the companions of the Prophet have said that...
No, but that's your understanding of it.
Yeah.
That's your understanding. So this is what I'm saying. You're debating a point that I don't actually hold to.
So are you saying that all of the Muslims in this park who have told me that there is nothing in creation
I'm saying they don't understand it.
You're saying that they don't understand their own deen.
Correct.
I hope you're all listening, guys.
Correct.
Apparently, you don't understand your own deen.
They don't understand what laysa kamithlihi shay means.
I've made it very clear what I mean.
What's your position on that?
So my position.
Yeah, on the comparison.
Yeah, my position is that God can and does enter into creation freely.
Yeah, I know that because you believe in the incarnation.
Yeah,
I'm saying the attributes of God, the attributes that God possesses. When you say, for example, God exists, or that God has all knowledge, and that you exist and that you have some knowledge, is there any likeness between the concepts whatsoever?
Yes, there has to be a likeness, but one of the reasons why that works in Christianity but does not work in Islam is because within Christianity we are happy to state, like as it does in Genesis, that man is made in the image of God. We are happy to say, as we do with Christ, that Christ is the image of the invisible God. And so we've got these touchstones, these bridges between the transcendent and the transient, that we can speak in meaningful language about God existing because we exist, and so we have a likeness of his existence.
Christianity, with the doctrine of God being comparable to his creation, stands philosophically sound. As comparisons are essential for God revealing parts of his nature to humans as well as for any expression of God's attributes into creation. Islamic theology, in its stubbornness to deny the incarnation, insisting a complete alienation of God to his creation, stands in error. Jake the Muslim metaphysician sees this contradiction and calls out the truth. Thank you, Jake. Now you can join the Three Musketeers and immerse in new adventures.